Hello, folks. I'm the Red. This is Hollywood Animal. And last we left off, we didn't get fully snubbed at the Pollux, but we got a little snubbed. We didn't get a couple of awards that I think we were more in line to get. I'm assuming that Gernstein Brothers, whatever their studio's called, paid a little, which was something we weren't doing, largely because we couldn't afford the influence, because we need to continue holding it so that they don't pull our toxic revenger out of ability to be used. Also, yes, romantic with popcorn limbs. Starts off illegal, prohibited. Are all the trash elements going to start like that? Because that's a little annoying. But it's fine. We'll handle it. We've got the influence to sway the board. We're holding another banquet. We're just going to be holding banquets in perpetuity. For the foreseeable future. In the meantime, I wanted to create a sequel to A Heart Returned. Let's call it A Heart on Fire. We're going to cut Miss Green and add in what? Yeah, no, here it is. Avenging Loved Ones. Miss Green dies. Semi off screen. She might be very briefly in the movie, but Joe Green here, our I guess I'm not allowed to show who the actor is. There's not going to be a ambush. We're definitely not having the couple get married. In fact, what we're going to end with is the antagonist getting killed, the sharpshooter. Let's add I don't think we're gonna continue this series of movies much longer. We're cutting the romance down to like 10%. Adding in some drama. Search for a killer. And protagonist pulled back in. Yeah. Just hold them. Right that. We're gonna place our cash in an anonymous safe deposit box. The police are gonna raid us again. Henry, go ahead and finish that. You are our worst, well, one of our worst writers. Romance historical, this is not something you're going to write. So, we still have new trash elements to create. Yeah. Let's start working on them. Let's, sorry, lost a little control there. The blue iris tech is now quality-wise better than our previous. But we still need to work on the practicality of it. Security can now beat people up. Wait, what? Did we already get this? Why is it... let's... 50% more experience for information. You know what? Sure. The Amber Heart. A at the Kingdom Mark. I might skip a couple beats, but don't expect more than that. Movie that hits you right in the heart. Ooh, 10 experience off. I mean, the Amber Heart, this was not part of the same series that we were just working with. Yeah, no, this is a separate... this is a different series of westerns with a movie that has heart in the title. Bandits and shootouts, a little stale. Which steals the American Nightmare. Shards of the Sword. Again, we can't do a Bob Gray movie. So if he's on this list, it will just sit for quite a while. Shards of the Sword is... no, very simple. Knight versus Tribal Chief. Arthurian legend. This looks a little Tribal Chief to me. A little background element there. That's the only reason that's getting released. Okay, there's a big ol' open slot here. Let's go 16 with... You know what? You know what? Pause. Cinemas. Theater management. How many are we buying here? Like 100? Yeah. Just shy of 100. Also, I want to look at that screen real quick here. Competitors? Like, no one else is buying theaters like we are. Okay, that's weird. Anyway, Shards with a Sword. You're getting 20,000. Nope, not rentals. 18, 16, 14. Irvine print it. I mean, sure. Do express printing so that we don't have to fight morning dawn at all. Well, no. Don't do express printing. Let yourself get pushed back. If I run your thing a week early, yeah. Ads for advertising young men. So Spark, intelligent young people working on the newspapers. Maybe radio? I know you're warning us against doing this, but I'm gonna do it anyways. We've got international scouting now. Sets and props are faster, higher quality, more extras. Amazing quality costumes, props, extras. It's all going to cost the same amount of time to research. Actually, this costs more. But like a bunch of extras is, you know what? This is the one we're going for. Finished preps. I'm not really giving gifts to anyone anymore. Police found nothing. Didn't rough anyone up. But we're gonna start another project. What is this? Alcohol, charismatic criminals, corrupt officials, antagonists escaping justice, nudity, profanity. I mean, we could kill any one given thing, but I don't really feel like we need to right now. I think we can just do some really shoddy, trashy movies that just aren't very good, and still make some money off of those. Thomas, actually, someone who is pure, actually, let's back out of this. I didn't realize we didn't have any sound stages available. So if we go, we almost humans, we'll give this to Jasper. we can shoot this entire thing on location real easy. I know we did open up the options to shoot internationally, but we don't need to use it right now. The blue iris now is higher quality, but I think we're gonna stick with the Hes Pro. Producer. Bruce, you're one. And then Carl, you can be another. Director. Elmer. Actually. Who do I want you to take this? Hopeless Romantic. Alma. Criminal Mastermind. I want someone older than her. I'll consider Peter. You just got this, Pollux, didn't you? This was... Oh no, that was last year, wasn't it? Peter Harris. Go ahead and take it. Are we paying you by the movie now? No. Let's start time moving. I'm gonna real quick. Okay, if you didn't get it in one, the American Nightmare Bob Gray, we can't release this movie. According to the director, the costumes for the movie should be mother of pearl velvet, but you can only get that from smugglers at triple the price. Let's go expensive, just like the director wants. Sure. There we are, already capped out. I guess spend influence to speed things up. Let's start production. And is Bob in this? No, that's good. Yeah. We want... Oh. 20... Why is... This is a little weird. Oh, we had to spend to... Because there's something else releasing on this week's. Anyways, quarter of 2,000 is 500. Setup distribution. Yeah, you were releasing against Amber Heart. You can do 1,000 on each of these days. Condemned to adventure. Everyone doing good on this? Why can't we throw rap parties anymore? Does it just prevent us from throwing rap parties when it would not benefit us at all? Because that would be a nice touch. Oh, I don't have to check anymore because of height of anger. This is a bad movie. And you should feel bad for having written it. I'm gonna trash this. This it's just going in the trash. And then you're going to check if there's... I'm gonna double check if there's anything worth buying right now. And I'm not seeing anything. These are all about the same as what we produce. So, Milton, go ahead, just start scrubbing for an idea. Limit the number of services. I don't like that. I will repeat this one. Maybe I shouldn't have. What I am gonna do, though, is say... Let's go to a party for the mayor. Silver coins, Billy... What? Billy Reed passed away, some illness at 35. Billy... You can't search him now. I don't remember him specifically in anything, so... I mean... I don't even know for sure he was one of ours. Let's set up distribution 25, so we're gonna go 3,000, 25, 25, and then I'll rent 1,000 here. And yeah, you're limiting the number of services. You're putting up 300. So let's say you go 100 and 100. Then we need like 6. I'm gonna go down 750. I'm also going to consider uh limit best picture nominations. Limit the advertising budget, ban 5 years contracts. Ban work on set for more than 12 hours a day. Sure. Town with no name. Spent $500,000 in production. And you ended up 6s across the board. Oh! The guy who died. He was one of our... composers. I go hiring 3 composers. You're a misogynist. Jean Grey is chaste. But he's not a dirtbag. We'll stick with what we have for now. Oh, pause right as the influence ticked over, and I was like, "Wait, did I break something?" Let's go limited edition. I'll rename it. Oh, sorry, once. What's upon the death? I don't know. Chester, you take this. I'm gonna double check that all of these are fine on stages, but these two would be best on internationally. Filming, let's take the Hespro. Producers, Roger. This is primarily a comedy. Hopeless romantic. Patsy, you're a star. That's the reason you're getting this role. Bandit. Let's give that to Albert. And go ahead and roll. Ban work on the set for more than 12 hours a day. I'll give this 250 up. I didn't even have to give it that much. I could give it a 50. Hopefully, something having passed, there'll be less pushing for various things. 4% of 1,000 is 40 and distribution. I want you to perform analytics on this. Oh, the Western Colonel. Shelve this as a project. Silver coins you're going to be releasing here. I'm surprised it tanked a little there at the end. You are a working man. There's an evil witch and a bunch of strong women. Let's go with this one. I like it. Just visually. This is the only day we're not fighting someone. Oh! That was a misclick. Ads for your advertisement campaign. We can rechange this. Good. And then we're gonna go 20, 18, 16, 14. Like that. And we'll run the ad campaigns a week earlier. Shards of the Sword. Our cinematographer. 3 years. Yeah, that's nice and easy. A- at the Kino mark. Although the critics aren't being too nice to it. This costs us $2 million, the vast majority of which is in post. We did a banquet, so guess what? We're gonna do a banquet. And I think we're gonna start another project here. The retirement rush. give this to... Let's give this to Thomas here, actually. You can take a sound stage. So anything that's good on a soundstage, shoot on a soundstage. Anything that you need to go internationally for, do that. Filmmaking. Take the Hespero. Take the frame tone. Producers. Let's give Joe Warren one of the slots. And Carl here, another one of them. As for who I want actually working on this movie, it's a horror comedy. I don't know, why don't you take it? Our soldier. Gonna be Oscar Morris. Our evil monster. Betty Lim, I haven't given you anything in a while. Yeah. New contract for Peanuts. I'm not removing that from the Film Alliance banning. Under any circumstances. 250, set up distribution. You can go 500. On all of those days. Cast a spell on me. I mean, this looks pretty standard. It was best with women. We should have focused in on women. And we didn't. We almost human. You're gonna go start production. Get your security. Yeah, we're now banned from running more than 12 hours a day. We're still running 12 hours a day. If I said get your second unit, it would cost us more. So yes, the first victim. Go hit pause on this. Henry. I'm gonna produce another thing. We have ideas. Our writers are an action writer and historical action. So this is historical. Okay. Action. Historical action. It's a shame to be alive. Felix, you wrote something decent for us. What kind of writer are you again? I'm never going to remember. You're a romance writer, so do we have any romance idea? But a hopeless romantic. Maybe that's for you. And, yeah, let's tick time along a little more. Shards of the sword, 20% of 14, that's 1,000, that's 3,000, give or take. 3,000, 1,000 there, 1,000 there, 3,000. I'll accept that. And then a movie that doesn't include Bob, we need do I have to click on like a specific thing to get the calendar to pop up? I don't know why it's popping up for this one, but not the other ones. I don't have any particular days I'm concerned about. So, Condemned to Adventure. Wait, what? Oh, there it is. Okay, so start with Archie Beagle. Bob is not in that one. Let's go with A Town with No Name. This is... There's an evil sorcerer and a femme fatale. Science fiction horror. Was there jousting in it? Shagan's dreams get crushed. Let's say let's go with this one. And I'm gonna place it here. And I'm gonna say 18 first week, 16, 14, 12. I mean, if I'm gonna do that, then I'm gonna set it off a week, so it's not directly competing. Let's start 5 weeks before, 4 weeks after. Young men and boys. So Spark, Spice Mice. Specifically not older audiences. Let's say newspapers. Zane Pascal. Sure, let's do that. I think that's the correct layout for... that. I think that's the correct choices for that particular group. Silver coins. Let us 1% and distribution. And yeah, perform analytics on it. We are still Milton. I'm gonna have you finish here for a second. Banquet's done. Literally what I was going to go check. Silver coins at the Kingdom Mark. I mean, 3 stars tops is, I kind of wish that would have done better. I had hopes that all our sequels could do at least an average of like 2.5 stars rating. Okay, pause. Banquet, banquet, banquet. And Milton, I'm gonna have you research another. I mean, is there a specific sci-fi? No. Research another thing for us here. And let us put another project into production. Something you didn't know about Charlie. Sure. Cinematographer Bruce, you can take this one. And you're gonna soundstage here. None of this is gonna be improved by being on location, right? So that's American Civil War filming tech. Let's take the Blue Iris out for a spin. Producers can include Jack here. Along with Joe Warren. Drama primarily. Which, sure, I'll give it to Ernest. Our hopeless romantic. May? I'm just gonna give you cash. And our murderer can be Jane. I mean, interesting. As far as movie concepts go. Heartless and the hero. You're not getting any fresher. So yeah, there's now people that could be improved by the Rat Party, so we can throw a Rat Party. Okay. I like that improvement. Giving it to an editor, I'll give it to Emma. And Thinno. Let's get our own projects working on it. And it should be quickly done. You want your contract renewed. Easy enough. Once upon a death. Everything's good on it. Let's throw a security officer on set. So, this was young men, young women were the primary audience for the Amber Heart here. Unrequited love does not mix with a shootout. Stagecoach robbery does not mix with sweetheart staying together. I can see that. 11% of 3,000 is 300, obviously. 500. 500. No rentals, no rentals. Just chewing right on through here. And the Heartless and the Hero. We want October. I looked at the date, 7th October, and then immediately checked the calendar on my side, my actual calendar, to see not how that works. Honestly, I want this done so badly. Like, I want to go through this so badly that I'm just gonna eat the staleness. I mean, though, this movie's bad anyways. So... I'm gonna say, put it right here. I mean, you're saying October 7th. So that's the third. So this would be... I mean, it's literally just a few weeks extra based on that. So, yeah. 18... 16... 14... 12... Irvine, go ahead. Print it. 5 weeks early. 4 weeks after. Does it being trash change the effectiveness of advertising? You're saying men and women. Let's go radio, newspapers, billboards. And then Piazzolla. Because you are specifically not boys and girls, so this is the last one we want. And women are fine, but... yeah, I'm gonna go with those 4. And, we'll see it come out next time. We gotta release something else, we gotta work on more things, and then once this is out, we're gonna start churning out scripts for the sequels. I think we'll pile up all the scripts for. Well, I don't know. I don't know if we'll pile up all the scripts first or we'll start producing them. Whatever happens, happens. I think I'll go ahead and just wing it. If you've enjoyed this Let's Play so far, go ahead and leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you next time where we will keep working on getting this series out. We've got to get a name for this series of movies. I'll see you then.